Good morning. Hello, hello. How is everyone? The drink of the morning is ice water. Whew. I was so stinking hot earlier. And the weather's been gorgeous. Yesterday, I ran over to my mom's in the morning to help out with my niece's baby for just a few minutes. And then her other grandma came and picked her up. But the sun was just shining down through all of the trees and their oranges and reds and yellows. And it was a perfect fall day. Perfect. I think in the afternoon we got a little too warm, but by then I was home and inside. Because when I called my mom that afternoon, she was outside sweating. So definitely warmed up throughout the day. But yesterday morning was gorgeous. Good morning, Donna. So I did pick up one more item for the giveaway box. I'm currently sitting at 8 items to go into the giveaway box. And Catherine is donating a uranium piece to go in there. And the tracking says it's supposed to arrive tomorrow. So that'll make 9. And so when I'm out sourcing this weekend, hopefully I can find one more. We'll have a nice even 10 items in the giveaway box. And I'm going to give you some hints about what I'm putting in there. So one definitely has a mid-century turquoisey vibe. One has wings and is something that I collect. One is a tiny thing that holds things. One thing has words. All right, that's all the hints I'm going to give you. But it is going to be just a fun box for whoever wins that next week. So next week, if you were unaware, I will be doing a giveaway. I am celebrating 3 years of live sales on my channel. Now, I'd actually done some live sales on other people's channels before October 3 years ago, but 3 years ago, I believe on the October 27th was my very first live sale on my channel. Punk Funk and Junk Barbie was my guest, and it was a glass sale because, surprise, surprise, it was a glass sale. Of course it was. So next week on Wednesday the 30th, we will be celebrating my 3-year anniversary of live sales on my channel with a giveaway and a sale. We'll have a sale as usual. I'm just going to chat for a bit and let notifications go out. So I hope everybody saw my teeny tiny haul. I went to an estate sale that I didn't even know was happening. Good morning, Carrie Ann. I had been on my way to UPS to ship everything that I'd sold last week and saw just signs everywhere, neon signs everywhere saying there was an estate sale. And I generally do not like estate sales. I am not one of those people that will go hours before it opens and stand in line. It's too many people in this area. It's generally overpriced and I just don't like them. I do not like estate sales. And so on my way back from UPS, I actually followed a garage sale sign that must have been from the week before because there was no garage sale. But that took me then right across the street from this estate sale. So I drove by slowly and I'm like, okay, well, there aren't a bazillion cars. Turns out this was day 2 of the estate sale and I didn't know. And so I flipped back around and parked and went in. Well, I looked at everything outside and I'm in because they had stuff lined up on the driveway, then stuff in the garage, a few things in the yard, and then you could go in the front door and then walk through, I think, 3 rooms inside that they had stuff in. Everything else was blocked off. But I'm in the garage and this guy comes in. Now, there is only the teeniest walkway in between the tables, just the teeniest. Good morning, Roxana. And so I'm standing there, and you can only circle around. Like, you cannot, there's no way for two people to pass each other in this teeny tiny space. So this guy comes in, and he gets real close to me, and I'm like, okay, does he want me to move so he can go on through? And he goes, hey. And I'm like, hi. I don't like to talk to strangers. And then he just keeps staying there. So I actually back out and move, thinking he's going to come on through. No, he goes back around the other way. He's just standing that close to me. And I'm like, oh, so I go inside. Don't like when people are that close to me. So the lady running the inside is talking to some other people. So I go on through to the kitchen and pick up, of course, the first two items I pick up, not priced in the kitchen. Everything else has a price. I'm like looking at everything. I'm like, are you kidding me? This does not have a price. So I've got them in my hand. I go through the other room and I come back to the main room. By that time, she's done talking. So I ask her. Price was more than I was willing to pay. So I just did my little thing with trying to figure out if she wanted me to put them back in the kitchen or if she wanted me to give them to her because they weren't marked. Like, I'm just an awkward weirdo, you guys. Just am. So I'm then standing at the crackle glass and holding the glass up to the window light coming in just to make sure that none of them are broken all the way through. And I always do that with crackle glass. And I'm not the only person, because I just saw a crazy lamp lady video where she'd picked up a fantastic crackle piece item, I think in a Goodwill, held it up and realized the whole bottom was actually broken, not just crackle glass. So I always check it. And she comes back over. She's right behind me looking over my shoulder. And she's like, the lady that priced those really knows her glass. And I'm like, okay, I just want to make sure it's not actually broken all the way through. Well, she knows what she's doing. Like, okay. And then she's still got those shakers in her hand, and she offers me a lower price on them. And I'm like, okay, I'll take them for that. And then she just stands there. She doesn't hand them back to me. And just awkward. And then that whole interaction when I went to pay, and she's insistent on putting them into a bag, not wrapped. Everything I bought there was breakable. Everything. She's arguing with me about the bag as I'm trying to take the items back from her and hold them in my hand. So she won't put them in the bag. Blah. It's just awkward. I don't like estate sales. And they were having one more day of the estate sale, and the guy outside had said prices would be lower. And I'm like, I'm not going back. There's no way I'm going back. And I was right. Most of the stuff was overpriced, and they had some really gorgeous glass. They had an antique carnival glass bowl, pedestal bowl, but they had it priced at $30, which if you're a collector, that's fair. I mean, there's no room for resale on that. But then they had a sign on it that said worth $50. Like, don't do that. And all of the really good glass was way overpriced. They had a Moon and Stars candy dish, way overpriced. I don't know. If you were a collector and you'd been looking for that specific piece, you might be willing to pay what they were asking. Maybe. I don't know. But don't like them. I don't like the estate sales. Then I went over to Goodwill. Same man who'd gotten up close to me in the garage was there, and he's like, hi, how are you? I'm like, no, are you talking to me? Oh. Yeah. I have, at the flea market that I regularly go to, one of the guys there he still has his antique booth, but he'll pull stuff out he can't sell at the antique booth, and he'll bring it there, and it'll still have the antique booth prices on it, but he'll say, make me an offer. He had these really cool bowls that were textured inside and out and then hand painted. And I think he had 10 a piece on them originally. He's like, I would take $1 for them. I just can't sell these. But on the inside, the textured parts had started to break because of them probably sitting on top of each other. So even at $1, I didn't take them. But he's pretty fair about his pricing after he's taken it out of his antique booth. But in the estate sale with a former antique dealer, ooh, I'd be scared. When my niece and I did the Lincoln Highway Byway sale, we stopped at a massive like garage building and walked through, and the guy said his dad had used to sell antiques. And so it was jam-packed full of stuff, but the mold smell was so bad. We couldn't stay in there very long. And he was still asking an awful lot of money for things. So it was kind of cool to see a bunch of antiques, but there was nothing that we needed. And then who knew where that mold smell was coming from? Couldn't do it. Looks like I have a pretty clear signal today. I'm checking my second device. I wonder if no, it hasn't updated my photos. Oh, maybe it did. Hang on. I did take a new picture of the baby yesterday before my mom handed her over to me. So my mom's in the picture. Let's see if I can pull it up. She's just darling. She's just a little princess. Look at her. Oh, she's little over 2 months old now. And this is my youngest sister's youngest daughter's new baby. And she's so beautiful. And I was supposed to have like 45 minutes with her before her other grandma came and picked her up. But her other grandma got off work early to come and get her. So I had her for 15 minutes. That was all. Yeah, she is beautiful. And she looks a lot like my niece did as a baby. My niece had a bit more delicate bone structure than she's got. I think she takes after her dad more in that. But other than that, she looks just like my niece. So beautiful. All right. So I think we're going to get started with the sale. Been chit-chatting for 13 minutes. So I've got 4 new items, and then everything else will be at a lower price than the last time you saw it. So if you're here every week, you've seen the items before, but they will be at a lower price than what you saw them for last time. And I'll tell you which items are new. So first up, we have the green glass shoe. This has the scroll work and then the bow there on the front. There are no chips. And Donna, well, if he was interested, he was just being creepy about it by getting so close to me. Just think it's weird when people get that close to people. Ugh. And I was like that before 2020 made us all weird about being close to people. Not a fan. So no chips, no cracks. There is nothing wrong with this shoe. It's in beautiful condition. These shoes are slightly smaller than the cat shoes. So 5 inches long. And it has taken a markdown too. Just $5. It's only $5. Number 23 on the green glass shoe. And if you're watching on the replay, you can always send me a message. You can email me and ask if items are still available. Okay, next up is the German creamer. This was the Ulmer Keramik, which I'm probably butchering that name. Tiger would correct me. So made in Germany. Nice and clean on the inside. Colors are really pretty. It's this big, so just a little guy. Oh, I dropped my cards. So like 3¼ inches tall, and then width wide. We're looking at 4 inches wide. Hang on. I don't know what I did. Oh, they all dropped. Now they're out of order too. And did you guys notice that hi Angela, that my all of my Halloween decor is off the wall? It all fell down while I was sleeping. And I don't want to put it up with something more sticky permanent than what I already used. So I guess just won't have Halloween decor. And I mean, it's just so stinking cute. But the wall is textured. And so these little glue dot things that came with them, I just think it won't hold. Plus, I've got an air purifier behind this chair that blows air up. And so I think that probably makes the sticky stuff not want to be very adhesive. All right, you have to give me a second to put everything back in order since I dropped them all. Let's see. All right, we were right there. And you guys, I'm going to tell you, my whole day has gone like this. It's like I'm having a Monday on Wednesday. And some days are just like that. Okay. Got them back in order, I think. All right, so we were looking at the little German creamer. And this is the front because it's got extra flowers painted on it. This is the back. I love it when they also painted something on the back, so it looks good no matter what direction you're looking at it. This little creamer from Germany, $6, number 48. $6, number 48. Next up. Good morning, Roxanne. And if you guys said good morning and I missed it, hello, thanks for being here. So this little, and this is a little salt and pepper shaker with the little fancy holder. How cute would this be if you made breakfast in bed for your beloved and they had their little personal salt and pepper shaker. We're looking at 1 3/4 inch tall on these. So they are tiny. The gold has a little bit of wear, but sometimes the gold's completely gone on these. And they both do still have their stoppers. They say Japan. And then the little holder with the bird. Now, it does have this very old chip right here above my finger in the back. So you don't see it when this is set in there. It's so stinking cute and tiny. And it has been marked down to $6, number 97. $6, number 97. Next up, it's the pink and black planter. It's the spaghetti pink stripe on the black planter. This was used at a planter, so you see water, hard water staining here. I did clean it. It is whole pottery. You can see that on the bottom. And it is chipped on the corners. So you can see the chips on the corners. Oh, sorry about that. More chips on the corners. It is large. And you will definitely be paying more in shipping than you're going to be paying for the item. It's 14.5 inches from point to point. Now the inside is more like 10 inches for actually planting. And then from point to point across, we're looking at 5.5 inches. So it is a good size. It is such a piece of mid-century goodness. With this pink on the black. Good morning, Holland. And it is $6, number 46. $6, number 46. If you are new here and you're interested in purchasing an item, all you have to do is put the number in, and then you need to send me your information to claudiakvintage@gmail.com. And my middle name is C-A-Y-E. There's an E on the end of that. And I will need your YouTube name, your real name if it's different, your shipping address, and your PayPal email. If you do not have a PayPal, you can check out as a guest. You don't have to have a PayPal account to pay through PayPal. And I ship through Pirate Ship, and I always choose the cheapest shipping through Pirate Ship, which means it might take longer for you to get it, unless you, when you email me, request that it be like shipped priority or shipped some other way. So if you have any questions about that, all of my information, policies, procedures, it's all in the description box below. Next up, I have a 1952 Cowboy Sam and Porky book. And considering its age, it is in really good condition. This one did not have any pages that were marked up by children. A lot of times these old books have been colored in and drawn in over the years by children. This one's in very good shape. It's this size. And it is $8, number 93. $8, number 93. Next up, the little Asian boy and girl. These actually used to be part of a lamp. They sat on a boat. The lamp part came up in between them. So little figurines that used to be part of a lamp. Now, and you can see some of the old glue on the bottom, but they also have a lot of loss here on their red paint. The red cold paint on these would come off over time. And you never want to put anything with vintage red cold paint on it into like dishwater, because it will wash the rest off. I found a Howard Holt Christmas mug one time that that was completely white. All of the red had been removed from it at some point. So this little boy and girl, they're both playing musical instruments, and they stand like 4 3/4 inches tall, almost 5 inches. And you will get the set for $8, number 55. $8, number 55. Next up, we have the first new item that I picked up for resale, and this is the salt and pepper shakers. These are hand painted because you can see the slight variations in the flowers, and one of them is signed. So here's the signature of the artist right there on the bottom. Now, one of them is missing their cork, and these have tons of holes. So the nice thing about these shakers is that if you collect hat pins, these shakers will hold them. That one fell all the way through because this is the one without the stopper in it. So this is a nice way to display a hat pin collection if you collect hat pins. But if you don't collect hat pins, you can also put the vintage pins in it. I've got some of these vintage pins, vintage advertising pins. And I've also got the stick pins that were oh so popular in the 80s. It's a nice way to display those too. So if you've got a floral Victorian looking bedroom and you've got pins you'd like to display, these are going to go in there perfectly. So they're smaller than an actual hat pin holder would be. They're less than 3 inches. And then let me find the chip. This one has a chip on the bottom, right there. Got a chip right there. So this gorgeous set, because of the chip, and these are most likely Bavarian. Usually they have that stamped on the bottom. These do not have that stamped, but the size of the holes on top just tells me they're probably Bavarian. But you'll get the set for $8, number 37. $8, number 37. Next up is another new item, and this is my first piece of crackle glass. It's got the pontil on the bottom, and it's this gorgeous amethyst color. Stands like 3 3/4 inches tall. Show you all the detail on it. Applied handle, of course. And I'm thinking this one might be Mexican glass because right here behind my thumb, that is a little bit of sand that's embedded inside the glass. And I see that pretty often in hand-blown Mexican glass. I do not know why, whatever their process is, that all of the sand doesn't get melted down into glass, but it's quite common to find Mexican glass that still has bits of sand in it. I've also seen some Sooner Swans that way. So, got a rough pontil on the bottom. The shape is luscious, and the color is a beaut. $12, number 83. $12, number 83 on that little piece of amethyst crackle glass. Next up is the second piece of crackle glass. And this one is blue. Applied handle on this one as well. Pontil on the bottom. Not quite as rough on this pontil as on the other one, but not a polished pontil by any means. These are little guys. This one is 4 inches. I'll show you both of them side by side. And I liked the shape on this one. I thought it was just really pretty. So $12 on this one, number 49. Oh, my cat's meowing at me. Next up, we've got the uranium brooch, which has taken a price cut. So this one only has the 7 stones surrounding the middle stone or uranium. Everything else is not. These are cracked glass, and this big one in the center looks like marble, a cracked glass marble, but they are round, the pieces that surround the uranium stones. And it's this really pretty gold tone filigree. And there's no problem with the clasp. It works great. And this is what it looks like. So it's a nice size on it. This one has been marked down to, good morning, Haylin Vintage. Marked down to $12, number 94. $12, number 94. Next up is the 2 paint by numbers, and it's going to be 1 monies for both. These are 10 by 13 size, and these were painted by Molly Patrick in 1953. So here's the first one. The second one I've left in the frame that it came in, but I can take it out of the frame for shipping. I love these. I think they are absolutely gorgeous. So 2 paint by number, painted by Molly Patrick in 1953. And they are now $12, number 51, and you will get both. So that's $6 a piece. Hand-painted art. And you can have the frame, or I can take it out of the frame. That is completely up to you. I don't like to ship frames because that thin glass surface is likely to break during shipping, but I have done it before. I can do it again. Okay, my last new item for today, everything else will be items you've seen in sales before, is this piece, Scandinavian inspired chicken candle holder. Now, this was most likely made in Japan. No chips, no cracks. And we're looking at 5.5 inches tall, and at its widest point, 4 3/4 at its widest point. And when I picked it up, I was like, that feels old. And then I got it home and I looked it up on eBay and I was like, oh, that is old. $15, number 57. $15, number 57. And I'm guessing Japan because I did find a couple of sold comps. I found 1 sold comp on this one exactly with the candle holder like this. And it had the Japan sticker on it. And then I found some for sale that still had the Japan sticker on the bottom. So I'm going to go with made in Japan on this one. $15, number 57. Next up the Westmoreland Milk Glass Butter Dish in the English Hobnail. No chips, no cracks at all. This one is an absolute beauty. It's marked Westmoreland there. It's marked Westmoreland there. From handle to handle, we're looking at 8 inches. The lid, just under 6 inches. And Westmoreland is, very heavy milk glass. So it's sturdy. No chips, no cracks. And it's the English Hobnail pattern. We have dropped the price down on this one to $12, number 62. $12, number 62. And if you're just coming in, do not forget, next week is the giveaway. And I've already set that up so you can go and hit the remind on that, and it will notify you when I'm live next week. And so far I have 8 items to go into the box. Catherine is sending me a uranium piece, and the shipping says it's supposed to arrive tomorrow, so that'll make 9. And I'm hoping to source 1 more item, so we'll have 10 items in that box. And it's just to celebrate me doing live sales on my channel for 3 years. 3 years ago on the 27th, my first live channel on live sale on my channel was with Punk Funkin' Junk Barbie, and we had a glass sale. Because of course we did. I love glass. And it was so much fun that 3 years later, here I am still doing it. Okay, next up is the Lomonosov giraffe. This is made in Russia. And there are no cracks. And there is only one tiny chip on the bottom that you do not see when it is displayed. I will show it to you. And this is made by the Lomonosov, I'm sure I'm butchering that name, company in Russia, and they do lots of porcelain. They used to do like the China sets for the Russian czars. So a very good company there in Russia. So the chip is right here. And I'm pretty sure that happened after I got it home. So you can't tell from the front that it's chipped, but it's got that tiny chip. This is a nice large piece. And he has taken a markdown to $12, number 36. $12, number 36 for the porcelain giraffe made in Russia. Next up, a little more glass. We've got this white glass dish with the ripples and the gold on this base. And 2 weeks ago when I had this up for sale, I told you guys I had no idea what it was. I still don't know. Some people have this up for sale and it's marked as a soap dish. Some people have it marked as a candy dish. I don't know. I think it's really cool though. And, oh, Jude Direct is going to take number 36. The giraffe. Awesome. So I have no idea if this was just a super fancy soap dish. I do not know. But I thought it was cool. $12, number 50. $12, number 50. Ooh, stuff's falling over. And at the end, I do have some $2 and $1 add-on items. Hello, Nani. So stick around for that. If you purchase something, you can always add on a $2 or $1 item to your box. Hello, Bree. Next up, we have the 2 German coasters. These are made by 2 different companies, but they're both German, so I put them together. I think these are just beautiful. I was collecting coasters, but when I had to move this last time, I went ahead and sold off everything I'd been collecting. But this one has birds. It has a nice gold rim on it. And this one is the Kaiser Company of West Germany. Right there on the back. And then this one has flowers. And the back says, I can't pronounce any of that, but it does say West Germany. So there's the back on that one. I'm sure that's the name of the flowers that are on the front. But 2 coasters. They're this size. And you are going to get both for $8. $8, number 82, for 2 vintage German coasters. Next up, have the antique Fenton. And Jude Direct is going to take the German coasters. Thank you. Now, I am pretty sure that this Persian medallion, Marigold Carnival Bowl, is actual antique and not when they reproduced these in the 70s. This one is not marked Fenton. I have had the Persian medallion that was reproduced in the 70s that had the Fenton imprint on it. And this was one of the first items that was made in this Persian medallion, was this bowl. So I am pretty comfortable saying this is an antique. Roxanne, number 94. The brooch, the Iranian brooch, I've got you down. Thank you. And I do notice nobody's taking me up on my book challenge to find a better book cover than the book I showed you guys. Okay, back to the Persian medallion Fenton Carnival glass. And guys, you know, hey, Delbert, I dropped the price because I don't have room. I have a very tiny amount of room to hold stuff. So it's only $8. $8, number 30. For an antique piece of glass, no chips, no cracks. Next up is this gorgeous, oh, Roxanne's going to take that. Thank you, Roxanne. We have this gorgeous hand-painted, made in Turkey dish. And it does have the hole so you can hang it on the wall, but it's also got a nice basin here. I think it would be a perfect key, you know, coin, jewelry, just a catch-all dish. Here it shows it's handmade in Turkey. So it's signed. And it's this size. And I think the colors are just stunning. They put a nice glossy glaze on top of those colors. And then I love these little points. It is 7 1/4 inches across. And taking a mark down to just $6, number 98. $6, number 98. Next up is the last hair receiver I have left. This one was the unmarked one. Lots of pretty florals. No chips, no cracks. Let me just double check. Yeah, no chips, no cracks on this one. And I don't know if you are on the team of people who think that hair receivers are just the weirdest thing. And the hair jewelry that they made out of the hair that they saved. Or if you think it's a pretty awesome thing. I generally think it's just weird, but then I see some of that jewelry that was made out of hair, And I'm like, well, that's actually really beautiful. This here receiver, taking a markdown to $6, number 47. $6, number 47 on the hair receiver. Then we've got a little piece of Fenton, green hobnail in this gorgeous green color. You can see the Fenton there on the bottom. No chips, no cracks. I call it a toothpick holder, but I did have to dig wax out of it. So the person that owned this before me was using it as a candle holder. Oh, I love the green so much, you guys. It's just my favorite color to collect. So this little, whatever you want to use it for, piece of Fenton, $6, number 95. $6, number 95. So Roxanne is team, they were pretty cool. Okay, do you guys want me to do a recap before I do the $2 and $1 add-on items? I can do a recap with the items from the beginning, and then I can do the add-ons. And thank you guys for being here. I'm so excited about the giveaway next week. Oh, knocked my water over. Okay, I will do a recap, and then I will do the $2 and $1 add-on items for anybody that made a purchase. Hopefully this time I don't drop all my cards again. Dropped all my cards at the beginning of this sale. So first up, we had the green glass shoe. No chips, no cracks. Nothing wrong with it. It's just been sitting here for a while. So it's taken a markdown to $5, number 23. And I do believe that the greens on these are different. Yeah, the Fenton green is a much deeper, like, evergreen color, maybe. Then we had the German creamer. And that one was $6, number 48. We had the Lusterware shakers. They've got a tiny chip right here above my finger with the bird on top. They've taken a markdown to $6, number 97. The pink and black hull planter with the chips on each corner and the hard water staining because it was actually used as a planter. It has taken a markdown, it's this size, to $6. $6, number 46 for a piece of vintage hull. Then we've got the 1952 Cowboy Sam and Porky book that's in pretty good used condition for its age. $8, number 93. The Asian boy and girl that used to be part of a lamp. They still have glue debris on the bottom, glue residue, and they're losing their red cold paint. They have taken a markdown to $8, number 55. And then new this week was the salt and pepper shakers that are probably they're probably Bavarian because for some reason they did a lot of holes on the top in the Bavarian salt and pepper shakers. And these are hand painted and signed. One of them is missing its stopper and has a chip. You don't see the chip from, when they're displayed, but there is a chip on the bottom. And I demonstrated all of the different hat pins, vintage advertising pins, or even stick pins that you could display in these if that was your desire. Pins not included. So for the pair, $8, number 37. $8, number 37. Had the amethyst crackle glass that does have a bit of sand inside the glass right there. $12, number 83. We had the blue, and both these have pontils, the blue crackle glass. That one was $12, number 49. The paint by numbers. These were painted by Molly Patrick in 1953. You get both for $12, number 51. We had the vintage Scandinavian style candle holder. It's chicken. That was $15, number 57. And then the last one I'm going to show on the recap is the Westmoreland Milk Glass Butter Dish. This is the English hobnail pattern. No chips, no cracks. And that is $12, number 62. Now I'm going to run through the add-ons. So if you purchase something, you can add on these items for $2. I have two that you can add on for $2. And then I have quite a few that are dollar add-ons. So first up is the Sarah Coventry brooch. Signed on the back, Sarah Cove. It's also a pendant. And you can add this on if you've already made a purchase for $2. Letter K. $2, letter K. And then here is that mug. This handmade signed mug. And it has a crack in the glaze. I paid $2 for it. I'm going to ask $2 if somebody wants to buy it. Like, it's such a thin crack, you can't even see it. And I drank out of it. It does not leak water, but just ask him what I paid for it. $2, letter C. $2, letter C. Now, the rest are dollar add-ons. So you might have seen some of these before. We have the Royal Adderley plate, little trinket dish, $1, letter N. Have the Made in Germany necklace. These are plastic beads, not glass. This is what it looks like. That is a dollar add-on, letter B. The hard plastic mouse shakers, dollar add-on, letter U. We have this clear perfume bottle, well, clear and frosted glass. I bought it for the top part that I put on a different bottle. So this part is from a different bottle. It's broken, but the perfume bottle, you could add that on for $1, letter T. We've got the Portugal shoe. It has a chip right here. It's this size. Sorry, this size. That's $1 letter W. And then this one that I cannot tell you who made. It feels like it was made in England. And it does have a crack going right down there. So $1 letter O. The toilet ashtray with the chip up here, and then a chip down here. Florida, $1 letter R. Imperial glass cruet. This is the one, I'm sure you guys have all seen it. It's got the inner crack. It isn't, you can't put your fingernail into it. It is inside the glass, probably from this being whacked down too hard, created this internal crack. Letter A, $1. And then the last three, this is a new add-on to the dollar. These are from the 1950s. So Fun with Games of Rummy, $1 letter I. The 150 Ways to Play Solitaire, $1 letter Q. And the last item today is the official rules of card games. And this one is $1 letter V. And that is everything. I hope that everyone is having a wonderful autumn. It's another sunny, gorgeous day. I don't know what the temperature is, but I can see the tree leaves moving out my window, so I know it's breezy out there. It is supposed to get cooler this weekend, so I'm going to try and get out and enjoy a little bit of this weather today. And I hope everybody has a great week. I will see everyone next week for our giveaway, and I'm going to try to wait at least until halfway through to do the giveaway so that the majority of the people have been able to come in, but you don't want to miss it. All right. Bye, guys. I will see you next week.